Hello friends, my name is Dave. Welcome. Thank you for watching and joining on this fragrance hobby. Now today we're going to talk about a house that's not very much talked about is Michael Kors. Once in a while you see a bottle being reviewed. This is Extreme Speed. All right. Extreme Speed is one of my favorite from the house. I have a couple from this house. And this is one that I reach for a lot. Okay. Let's see how this is. All right. Yeah, it is a fingerprint magnet on this bottle. Now, this house is a U.S. house. It's not a French house, and it makes it's a fashion. So this is a designer house. In case you don't know about Michael Kors, they have if you've been to the outlets or to the mall, they have bags. They sell fashion. Anyway. So they also make fragrances and they're pretty good. They're pretty good and some are decent. Okay, this one came out in 2018, so it's only been a couple years old. And you're gonna get, let me go ahead and give it a spray first while I talk you through it. It's hard, try not to get fingerprint all over the place and look silly. But, all right. Okay, let's try that. All right. Yeah, right away you're gonna get top notes of cypress, cardamom, and sage. Now, cypress is one of my favorite notes, but if you add cypress, that green cypress with a sweet cardamom, and adding the sage, right away that's gonna be a very unique combination in the top, and just give you a very if you're not sure what to expect from this one, it give you a twist. Basically, you're not expecting this type of scent, this type of top coming through. That's what happened to me. It was at first I wasn't that sure having the sweetness of the cardamom mixed with the green cypress, because I love cypress, and every time I smell it, it's gonna take me to nature. It's a very strong, distinct type of green note. But I don't have many fragrance that adds a sweet cardamom to it. I keep saying that because it's just such a unique opening. And with that sage all mixed together, and those three notes will stick around for a while. It's not gone in just a few minutes like a lot of the top notes. This one will stick around for a while. And then once you start to transition into the middle, where you're gonna get violet, coriander, and cinnamon, the little bit spiciness of this sweet spiciness of the cinnamon will come through. Yeah, man, I'm liking this. It's I love this one. I'm glad I bought the 100 ml bottle. At first I wasn't sure. I was gonna just go for 50 because this house I don't know too much about it. But once I sprayed it on, and then I just go ahead and bought a couple more bottles of these same lineup. Okay, there's the I think Extreme Sky. I'll probably do that later. But yeah, I love the cypress, the sweet cardamom. Now the violet is coming through with the cinnamon and some coriander. You could pick that up, okay? And then you're gonna transition into the base of cedar, patchouli, and tolu balsam. So it's gonna be a little bit balsamic. But the cypress is still there all through the life of this fragrance. So it's the dominant note. But basically, you're gonna end up having cypress, cardamom, the violet, and sage, and some cedar. So all those notes will stick around through the life. So that's why you're gonna get Extreme Speed. I'm not sure why that the name Extreme Speed. So I often say that I appreciate when a fragrance name correlates to the imagery that the scent gives me, and I appreciate that. But this one, I still haven't figured out why the green notes of the cypress and the sweetness of the cardamom, what does it have to do with speed? Okay, speed may be, I don't know, some like metallic, right? Some fragrance have heavy metallic, or maybe ambroxan, which is more of a modern type of a scent, maybe associated with a racing car like Dior Sauvage, right? Or more youth, right? Extreme Speed. But see, this one is not very particularly youthful, because green notes usually is not too mass popular or mass appealing. Okay, green notes is mostly for people that enjoys fragrances for its either aromatherapy or for enthusiasts, okay, or people that likes nature for nature's sake, but not really for the mass appealing like the blue notes or the fresh citrusy or the ambroxan. But so I'm not sure why the name Extreme Speed. Okay, I mean, sorry to be keep talking about the name. I guess the brand sometimes I don't know what was going on in the marketing when they're naming of this fragrance, but it's such a great scent. It's unique, different than most of the modern popular scents. This one came out in 2018, so it's relatively pretty modern, pretty new, and yet they took the direction, and that's why I appreciate it. And I went and picked up a couple more bottles, one or two. I think at least one, the Extreme Sky, and I forgot what's the other one. That's what happened when you're getting so many bottles, and I still have quite a few that I have not unboxed yet. I just gotta find the right time and place to try them out. What happened is in my first impression, I try not to know what the fragrance is about. Try it, okay? Because I watch reviews, I enjoy watching them, and then but I try not to remember them, so I could get surprises, and I enjoy doing that. That's part of the fun of this hobby. So sometimes I just have to guess on the name of what sort of weather, what sort of season is best to try this fragrance, and sometimes I stumble into the wrong place. I'll be reviewing a dark, warm, overly sweet, wintry fragrance in a hot summer day, and I did that, and it's really it's such a shame to be wasting it on those type of wrong weather. Okay, but coming back to the scents. So through the life, I'm getting the cypress, the cardamom, and the violet and the sage. It's still not changing. I'm repeating it the third time. But yeah, that's the scent itself. So it's not really changing that much. Okay, I do pick up the cinnamon a little bit, and some a little bit of total balsam. It's all in there. You could pick it out. So it's all mixed really well together. But I could definitely pick it out if you're looking for it. Okay. With that said, the longevity is very, very good. Very, very good, as in like 6 hours, no problem. It does lean more masculine, okay, I gotta say. So it is a manly scent, and I think the price is good. You could pick this up for $30-40, okay, maybe a smaller bottle. I'm trying to think of what this reminded me of, but I was tempted to say some fragrances, but this one is very cypress dominant. So, it's hard to come up with any other fragrance that I have in my collection. If I ever think about it, if I ever thought of one, I'll go ahead and write it on the comments. But out the top of my head, I was thinking about this before I did the review, but I just couldn't figure it out, okay? But this one, is spicy. There's spiciness. And then, yeah, I still can figure out what does it remind me of, okay? So with that said, it's such a great scent from the house. I was surprised, Michael Kors. Okay, but I actually really, really like this. If I'd give a score, I'll give it 8.5 out of 10. I want to give it higher, okay, but I'll just stay with 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9. This is, quite unique. And, with the violet, with the sweet cypress, which is kind of interesting to say. All right. With that, I hope that is helpful. As always, thank you for watching, and see you next time.